Hey, great Wednesday morning, everyone. Cesar Mascoro Jr. with Manufacturer and Home Sales Master, and we're in with our 15 minutes to mastery, where we come in, share a little bit of word with you every morning at 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 7 days a week, nonstop. We're here to be able to help you get your day started off right, and just be able to touch on a couple of topics or a few topics for that day that may help you along, not just in business but also in life. And so today, folks, I want to talk about something that just really got highlighted to me yesterday. Okay. And that's complacency. Complacency, it can rear its ugly head in different ways, right? And most of us, when we think about complacency, we think about how people will settle for less, right? People will settle for just having enough, for just doing enough. Heck, I know I've been guilty of it plenty of times in my life throughout the years. You know, even when I think back to being in school, I would sometimes I just do enough just to get the grade that I needed to get, and that was it. I wouldn't push myself to do any more. With my health, with careers that I've been in at whatever point in time, I've done that so many times in my life. Okay. So I've personally experienced what the quote for today is talking about. And so before I get any further into it, I'm going to go ahead and share that with you. It's from Andy Grove, and it says, success breeds complacency. Complacency breeds failure. Only the paranoid survive. And you may think, man, that's a bad way to live, right? Paranoia, being paranoid. It can leave you thinking or feeling a certain stressful way, anxiety, anxious, right? And nobody really wants to live that way. However, I will tell you this, okay? That is the only way that you keep moving forward. If you feel that, when you start wondering, why do these things always happen to me? How come it seems that I'm making progress and then it stops and then I'm back at square one and I've got to rebuild. I got to start all over again. Okay. And it's not because you're changing into a different career, and it's not because maybe you're starting your own business. Maybe let's say you're just going through life. You've been living life the way you've been living the last 10, 15, 20 years, however long. But it's always cyclical for you, right? You're doing well, and then you go backwards. You're doing well, you're going backwards. It has everything to do with complacency. And that complacency, what it does is, as it says there, it once you reach a certain point, you think, okay, I got it, I'm good. And you stop doing the things that you were doing that got you there. That's complacency settling in, right? And then when you stop doing those things, it's just automatic that you're going to go backwards. You can't keep that momentum up if you're not doing the things that you were doing that got you there in the first place. So then you start to go backwards. You reach that point of failure, as it says there in the quote, right? Complacency breeds failure. And that's why it says only the paranoid survive. And what it means by paranoia means simply only those that understand that if you do not keep doing the things that you're doing, if you don't keep pushing yourself, you don't keep moving forward, you're going to fail. You're going to lose it. There's always somebody trying to come and take what you've got. And that's why you have to maintain that state of paranoia. In other words, how can I get better? Who's doing what? Besides you, I know where we say you always have to compare yourself to you, right? You're your own competition. True. But there is competition out there. There is competition out there. And no matter what it is that you do in life, and especially in business, so you do have to pay attention to the competition so that you're staying ahead, not keeping up, staying ahead. Because if you're the type of person who tries to stay ahead, then you're only going to get better, and you're going to keep improving. So you have to stay hungry. So all of this is stemming from a conversation that I had yesterday. I was made a phone call, right? I made a phone call to someone who asked me to call them. And they wanted to get some information about what we were doing and how we were doing things, right? So I make the phone call, and then the person proceeds to somehow go into this conversation about, well, we're already number one in our market, and pretty much in the state. So how is it that why would I even talk to you? Why would I even discuss you working with us or doing something for us? If where are you going to take us? Where are you going to get us? and I'm like, to me, I was like, well, hold on. You asked me to call you. I didn't call you out of the blue, right? And so you may think, hey, I'm already number one. I'm already at the top. What is anyone or anything going to do for me? But even being at the top, if that is your way of thinking, that's a form of complacency. You feel that you've got it. There's nothing else that can be done. I'm sorry to inform you, but there's always more. And you know what? I strongly believe deep down inside that person understands that as well. Maybe in the mix of it, we can't correlate the two. But if you got to number one, then you have to know that there's more. You have to know that there's even more that you can do. And so I'm going to take us away from business and I'm going to bring you into the sports world, right? Because that's always the easiest thing to compare it to. You think about those top athletes, the Tom Brady's of the world, Michael Jordan's, Kobe Bryant's, right? And what's the common denominator there? They always, always, always wanted to win. They always competed. They always did everything they could to continue to get better. Deep into their careers, they were still winning, always wanting to be up at the top. They kept pushing themselves. They kept pushing their teams. They kept pushing their bodies and their minds and everything to keep growing so that they can continue to get better. Because you could say, hey, I won 1 Super Bowl. I won 2 Super Bowls. I won 2 NBA championships. Yeah, well, why not 6? Like Tom Brady. Why not 6? Like Michael Jordan. Right? Those are the people that keep pushing themselves. So even though you're at the top, there's still more that you can go after. So don't allow yourself to feel as though you've reached it. We always have to be moving that goal further away. Man, if you are the number one person in your sales office, great. Who's the number one in your city? Who's the number one in your state? That's who you should be going after. I had that conversation a couple weeks ago with a salesperson, because he brought up that same subject as well. He's like, I'm already at the top here. I'm doing well. Yeah, but you're comparing yourself to the people directly around you. Are you number one in the market? Are you number one in the state? There's always more you can go after. And it's that paranoia that we talk about that you need to hold on to, because that paranoia is what will keep pushing you forward, right? We're as a business getting to the point where things are moving for us. And I could say, hey, you know what? If we just keep doing this, we'll be good. We'll be able to, it's just going to be automatic where we're going to have this. But instead, we're looking at how can we continue to push ourselves? How we can continue to grow and be paranoid and uncomfortable, because I know that this could fall apart just like that, because we're still at the point where right now we've got these contracts, we're doing things, but hey, where's the next one coming from? Who else can we help? What else is out there? What can we do? What can we add? What can we get better at? Who can join the team? How can we continue to grow and move forward? Because there's always more, because folks, it's bigger than you. What you're doing is bigger than you. Even if you're a housing consultant, it's bigger than just you. Understand, you're helping families out there to get better. You're helping families improve their lives. You need to continue to push. There's more families that you could help. There's so many more families that need you. What we do is truly bigger than us. It's not a commodity that we're selling. No offense, I use the example all the time, but no offense to the cell phone industry, but you're not selling a cell phone. People get cell phones up and down the street, no matter what, man. They can't get yours at your store. They'll get one somewhere else. And true, if they can't get a home with you, they can get one somewhere else. But the issue is buying a home, buying a cell phone, two different things, two different experiences, and you're changing people's lives. So what we do is bigger. You have to understand some of these people are living in situations that they need our help to get them out of, right? So that's what's beautiful about this. Everyone wins when you go for more, when you keep pushing yourself, even if you're at the top. And believe me, even if you're at the top, there's still some steps, some processes. Not everyone on that team is achieving at the highest level possible. I know that from personal experience, right? Because here, I'll give you that example. Going back to the conversation I had yesterday, you and your location, your business may be number one, even in the state. Before I started Manufactured Home Sales Mastery, I worked for Titan Factory Direct. We were the number one retailer as a whole in the whole state of Texas. And I know not everyone that worked for Titan was making money. I know not everyone was performing to the best of their ability. I know not everyone was making money hand over fist. So there's always people within the team that could use the help, the outside help to get better. They can use us as leaders, you as the owner, you as a general manager, you as a sales manager, you as the operations manager, helping them get to that next level. And maybe it's not you. Maybe they need something else in addition to what you bring to the table. But it's on us as leaders to constantly be looking for ways to help our team, constantly be looking for ways to help them elevate their games. I remember as a general manager, I brought in sports psychologists. I brought in other salespeople. I always had people on the phones, on conference calls, speaking to my team, helping my team, because man, I know I don't have all the answers. And sometimes they would drown me out, just like they drown you out. So you need to always be looking for ways to go for more. And the way that you can best do that is by investing in yourself, investing in your team, and finding ways to get them to that whole new level. So if you're a retailer, if you're a community manager, if you're a housing consultant, what can you do to push yourself to go for more? Even if you're at the top of the market, you're top of the state, whatever it may be, you may be number one salesperson in all of Texas, California, Utah. It doesn't matter what state you're in. How can you do more? Because complacency, success leads to complacency. Complacency leads to failure. You must always, always remain paranoid and always be looking for that way to step up your game. You live that way and you will see the huge change and a huge shift in your life. And you will be able to help so many more people as you go through life. And that's what it's all about, folks. Us being servant leaders to those that need the help, need us, because they can't get it done on their own. They don't have the experience. They haven't been exposed to those things. So we need to always continue to improve and get better to help others. I hope you guys have a great Wednesday. I hope this served you a little bit. And if you've got a topic that you would love for us to discuss, or maybe had a question on, feel free to reach out. I'd be more than happy to get into that in any of our 15 Minutes to Mastery segments that we do each and every morning at 8:15. If you know of anyone that could benefit from this, share this stream with them. Let them know we're on. This comes out on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, X. It's all over the place, man, so that you can have a great day. I hope that you guys go out and kill it today. It's in a month already. All right. So I hope you guys are ready for that. And I hope you've done well in February and start setting up your March, man. Have a great day. And as always, I can't wait to meet you.